purchased a new bearing. I'm doing a rebuild on a 77 Bonneville, and I got a new bearing for the high gear assembly. But what I found out was the diameter of my high gear was just a smidgen too big to fit through the gear for a good fit. So what I'm going to show today is you don't need any fancy equipment to dress in these bearings, to dress in these gears. All I did was get a piece of 1/2 inch bolt. It's about 4.5 inches long. I was stuck with using a 1/2 inch bolt because the chuck on my drill press will only hold 1/2 inch. I would have gone bigger if I had a bigger chuck, but I don't. So I work with what I've got. 1/2 inch bolt with the nut here, nut there, washers on each end. I simply bump it around until I know that it's running close enough. Once it's running pretty good, then we go ahead and we tighten it up. You want to make sure this is good and tight, which it is. Make sure we're still running around there pretty good, which we are. Now I've already taken a little bit off. I've got about 10 minutes into it and probably another 1/2 thousandths to go. So let me show you how I do this. Very simple. It wobbles a little bit, but don't let it worry you. Just take a file, because you want to keep it flat. And you just keep working along there, concentrating on keeping it square to the diameter, because you don't want to get it different sizes in different places. Using feeler gauges and a couple of dummy plugs, I was able to measure up, figuring that I needed to remove about 1 thousandths from that diameter, so that's only a 1/2 thousandths on a side. Doesn't take much to do. But the gear is a pretty hard gear, so it doesn't just come off. I probably got 5-10 minutes into it now, and it really won't take that long to get it down. Important thing is here is to keep your file square. Keep it nice and square. You don't want to go in like this, and you don't want to go in like that, and you sure never want that point to get in front. Doesn't require a lot of pressure. You don't want to put a lot of pressure anyway, because then you run the danger of this thing getting wild on you. Oh, I've had that happen too. Alright, let's see where we're at. Make sure it's not warm. Otherwise, whatever you're measuring don't count if it's warm. Let's see, we got another couple. I'm going to go another couple 2/10 using the file. And another check. Oh, that's just about where I want it. Yes, sir, that's about where I want it. Okay. I could probably leave that finish alone, but I'm going to go ahead and make that a little bit better. I'll simply take a piece of 220 grit emery cloth, put it around the file, and go back in the same way you were going with when you were working it. Getting to the point where I got to be careful I don't take too much. Okay, let's see what we got there. You can definitely tell the difference in the finish with the file. And that's exactly the size I want. Okay, that's how I do it.